Hello YouTube, this is my leather patcher machine. I bought it from overseas a couple years ago. It works better than what it really looks. It always comes rough. Sometimes they look burnt. My theory is they just bring it from the casting facility. They clean it up just until it's ready to work, and then they ship it out. As you can see, all the pitting. That's basically because it never went to the finishing, and basically that's why you get it cheap. A machine like this is hand crank, so also known as a hand crank machine. I made a nice little wooden base for it. Mine came with a wooden legs, and this is the base. I prefer tabletop. You get the ones that sometimes comes with the metal legs. So it depends what manufacturer you get it from, who you get it from. So now we're going to talk about what I did to the machine to make it run better, what I did to make it easier to run for me. Okay, so first thing I did was I filed down a lot of the rough spots. The machine will come with rough edges, like this portion right here. It's basically you lift up the gate here to expose your bobbin. So I took the file and I just filed it down, made it a little bigger, and I smoothed it out. Right in here, there's a little notch where the thread comes out from the bobbin thread, and I took a needle file, a round, very fine needle file, and made that a little bigger also. The foot itself comes very sharp in the bottom. If you're sewing leather, the leather was sometimes, the foot was sometimes cut into your leather. So I took that and I filed them down a little bit just to smooth them out. And then I passed sandpaper, basically 320, 400, to give it a polish. In the back of the cam wheel, there's actually, or the drive wheel, it's actually a cam system. So in here, what runs is the track. I took down the edges a bit just to make it nice and smooth, and I passed it with sandpaper also. And I just oiled it because I don't have grease, but you can use a light automotive grease. I think it's the white one, and that'd be perfect. And then here also, basically I didn't want to take this apart, but you could if you know how to put it back. And you put oil, lots of oil all the way around, and you're good to go. Oiling ports, one right here because there's a bolt, one right here, or actually this one right here, there's a bolt right here. This is your foot lifter. You can put some oil there. And this screw right here is your stitch length adjuster. And then this is your tensioning spring to give you more tension to your foot. And there's a screw right down here. You can see it from the other side. Right down, it's this one right here. And now right there, you tighten it up if you want more tension in your foot. Okay. Now, the patcher is basically could do 360-degree stitches. So basically, if you put in, let's say, a sleeve or boot or shoe, you can slip it in all the way, and then you turn this to go in any direction you want. Uses basic single needles. Excuse me. Not size. Well, this is a size 16, but it uses the basic single needles. They're like model 15, I think HX1. I'll put that in the description down below. You get them in any hardware store. In any store that offers sewing supplies. What else? This is your bobbin winder. Basically, you engage it. This you're gonna have to work on also. I took the file, I smoothed out the edges a bit, so the bobbin could fit in nicely. It also comes in very loose, so I put in a couple washers in the back, and then I adjusted the plate right here to give me a better tension onto the cam wheel. But when it comes in, you want to oil. Put oil in here. This is your drive shaft for your bobbin shuttle. You want to put in a lock washer so that your washer won't, your nut won't come out, because when you're going, the vibration will loosen up your nut, and off it goes. You don't want that. This is your tension, your thread tensioner, and this little beauty right here is my threader. I made this using Brass jeweler's wire. I am a jeweler by trade, amongst other stuff, but now I'm making outdoor backpacks. If you're interested in seeing one of my backpacks, just let me know. I'll probably do a video of repairing a tear, so let me know, and we'll take it from there. So it's a regular brass wire. You make a hoop, you tie it up in the end, and it's about 14 inches long, and you make a nice little eye at the tip. And I'll show you how to thread the machine in a bit. Okay, so now, like I said, I filed down some parts. This is a jeweler's file number 1. This is a half round. Okay, make your life much easier. Get yourself tweezers, because with tweezers you can actually get into your bobbin, take it out, and I'll show you how to do that later on. Scissors, because you gotta cut your thread or your fabric. Or I like to use thread snips. Makes your life much easier. You just snip, and off you go. Now, the bobbins. This is the bobbin that it comes with. You'll notice it's very crude and rough. You could sand it down if you want, file it down, it's up to you. I wouldn't. It does work, you could use it, but go to eBay and buy yourself some nice ones. This was a pack of 5 for I think like 10 bucks. These aren't your basic Singer Model 15's bobbins. These are much thinner. Same, I believe it's the same width or diameter, but don't quote me on that, but it's much thinner. And I'll show you how to wind it up also. But this is gonna be probably a 2-part or 3-part video. If you want to see more of my machine, oh wait, real quick, and get yourself a spool thread stand. Okay, this will make it much easier, because if not, then what's gonna happen is you have to put your spool here. And I have a lamp back there, and it's okay if your spool is little, like this one. So this one I haven't used, but basically sits in like that, but sits in an angle. So some people put a plate. It does work if it's loose. And this is a basic Coats, right, extra strong upholstery thread. You could buy them in any or buy them online. You might not be able to find them in Kmart or Walmart, but you can find them online, or check your local sewing supply store and you can check it there. So other than that, I prefer this baby right here, because you could put in a 4-ounce spool, 8-ounce. I have a 1-pound spool, and this is T70 or number 69 bonded nylon. Okay, eBay, 10 bucks. What else? Okay, yeah. So this is gonna be a 2-part series, and maybe 3, depends. And the next part, I'm gonna show you how to wind your bobbin. I'm gonna show you how to thread the machine, and we're gonna do a couple stitches.